We're taking it back.
Hey guys, Frozen Nexus here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the best Dark Zone solo rogue build. I just got done in the Dark Zone getting a little bit of footage. I didn't have time to get much because I have class in about an hour, so I have to get this video rendering pretty quickly, so I could only play for like 30 minutes or so. I got a few kills. I mostly got my ass kicked because after a while people start to realize that you're going to be the asshole that's going to keep going rogue, and for the video I just kept going rogue every time I spawned, and every player I saw I just shot, whether or regardless of if they had items on their back or not, just to get some footage of, you know, the gun, the skills, and whatnot. So let's get started. First off, Vector 45 ACP. Right now this really isn't a question. I don't know why it's saying the DPS is so low here. Currently the stat system is heavily bugged. I found that out from talking to a couple other people. Like if I go over here, my primary DPS is 137,000, which is the correct primary DPS, but if I hover over it, it's 75,000 for whatever reason. But if I just go hit F on it, you can see in the right hand corner, it is the correct DPS. So the Vector 45 ACP is hands down best gun in the game. Fast fire rate, massive amount of damage per shot, and it really just tears through enemies. 11.5k damage per shot with a 750 RPM. That's crazy. For your secondary weapon, I'm using an assault rifle because I usually end up in close quarters combat because I'm using the Vector. However, if I do get a better marksman rifle, preferably a high-end bolt action one, I will absolutely be switching to that because that's a 2 or 3 shot kill to the head, and that's incredible in the Dark Zone. Alright, so talking about skills, which is the main part of this. This is very similar to some of my other builds. I have used a medkit when not at full health to receive an overheal. You do this right before you go rogue because that'll give you that little bit of extra health. Sorry, I'm starting with talents this time, but if you do this right before you go rogue, you will have over full health, which already puts you at a huge advantage. Secondly, when you use a medkit at low health, damage resistance increased by 40%. Chances are, as a rogue, you're going to be low health a lot, so that damage resist is really, really crucial. Alright, and then tactical advance. When you go rogue, you're going to notice that you get into combat situations that require you to be moving cover to cover. What I found is that even if you move cover to cover, if you get up from that cover, you still have this 10-second boost. So if you just move up closer to the enemy to cover, wait for them to reload, and then you just like pop around the corner, maybe not even using cover, you will still get that 2% damage increase, which is any extra damage you can get as a rogue will really help you out a lot. Next, we have during a cover-to-cover move, damage is reduced by 30%. I only have this here because really I don't see anything else being too crucial. I mean, maybe the headshot a hostile, but usually they die real quick. Yeah, none of this other stuff really helps you all that much, but I find that you will be moving cover to cover, and you know, players aren't AI. They will hit you every chance you give them. So if you give them if you take away 30% of the damage they're dealing, that will be crucial. Alright, now into skills. I first went with Tactical Scrambler, or Tactical Scanner for my pulse. What it does is damage is increased when attacking any hostile targets identified by the pulse scan. If you are rogue, all non-rogue players are considered hostile targets. You'll see that they pop up on your screen as with gray outlines rather than red, but it's still the critical hit chance and critical hit damage bonuses still apply. I also went with this because it has one of the shorter cooldowns of a lot of stuff. I mean, these sticky bombs are really good. I don't have the full tech wing unlocked. I know a lot of people like to use the disrupt charge, I believe it is, or the flashbang, the one that blinds and disrupts all targets in range. I've had that used on me multiple times and it doesn't work. Like, they just hit me with it and I'm still able to shoot them, so I haven't tried using it yet. I am still going with support station with life support because, of course, this is the only self-revive in the game. There's nothing else that will revive you without any other players, so having a self-revive will save your ass more than you know, especially going rogue, because if they say they snipe you and you have this down, you'll be back up by the time they get over to you, and then they're screwed. Alright, so, and then for our T, this one isn't really an argument. 80% damage reduction. When you are about to go rogue, you can take on 2 or 3 players at a time with this. this is what I died over and over trying to get fucking footage of. But every time I would find a group of 2 or 3 players, even sometimes 4 players extracting, right as I would flick this on and start shooting them, I would just get turned on by all the AI as well as all 4 players, and even with the 80% damage reduction, I couldn't do it. I play off camera quite a bit with friends, and I've multiple times I've killed 2 and 3 people just by turning this on as they're extracting and not paying attention. As long as you're not surrounded by AI, you should be able to take on the 3 players. But if you have 3 players and like 4 shotgunners all tearing into you, and every angle they have, or every cover you go to, they have an angle on you because you're surrounded, this isn't going to help you. I would make sure that I just pop this on right when they're not paying attention, usually when they're about to extract, usually when they just killed a named enemy, those kind of things. You also want to make sure that you are wary of the movement speed increase, because don't pop this and think you need to stand in one place of cover. If you move a cover-to-cover action, you're going to move 30% faster as well as take 30% less damage. So while you have this popped, it's really beneficial for you to just use the cover system, even if you think you can get a better shot by, leaving your cover. So that's pretty much all I really have to say for this. For gear builds wise, I would highly suggest that you go firearms and stamina. Electronics is really crucial, but as a rogue, you're going to be moving a lot, so your abilities aren't as important. So as you can see, everything here is, I don't have the stamina mod on here, which kind of sucks. Alright, there we go. Now I have the stamina mod on there. That probably would have helped me out a little bit if I would have had that equipped when I was getting this footage, but sorry about that, guys. I don't understand why that mod wasn't equipped. I must have done something stupid. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going, somewhere in the video I probably will have included the footage of me killing I was killing 2 rogues, but one stopped being rogue, and I got him with the Vector. But yeah, that'll be in there somewhere, and I'll have some footage of me just killing people with the Vector in general. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any footage of me using Tactical Link to kill a bunch of people, because that's a lot harder, or a lot easier said than done. It's something you gotta practice, and honestly, you're not gonna pull it off every time. Going into Dark Zone as a rogue, you gotta expect that probably half the time you're just gonna get your ass handed to you. All the YouTubers that you watch where they go Dark Zone Rogue and go on like a 10 kill streak, a lot of times that's just a fluke, because depending on what situation you're on, you could have 8 players converge on your position at once. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and don't give up if you think that going rogue is completely pointless, because in a patch that happened just a couple of days ago, they made it so you lose a lot less XP when you die in the Dark Zone, as well as a lot less XP when you die as rogue. So it's not as bad going rogue anymore, but it's still pretty worthless unless you know they have really good loot, which is why I suggest if you're going to go rogue, do it wait for someone to kill a named enemy, or or go to an extraction zone. Other than that, peace out, guys, and I hope you have a great day.